What's up guys, Jake here and I'm back bringing you guys another Hearthstone video. In this video I'm playing the Ramp Druid and my deck list of it. I'll put it on the side of the screen so you guys can see it if you guys are interested in how I play it. Nothing too spectacular, got your basic stuff, and obviously we've got the new Emperor Thaurissan, which was the big card that came out in Blackrock Mountain, which is pretty much the card that everyone wanted. There's some other really good cards. There's a lot of good stuff for the Shaman decks, which I really like. I think Shaman was kind of underpowered. So that's pretty cool, and there's a lot of other good cards as well in it, but the main card that everyone's been talking about and focusing on is Emperor Thaurissan, and there's a lot of people who've been discussing how it should be implemented in decks, if you should try and base an entire deck around it. I really don't think that's the case for the most part. I think that more or less you can just put it into any deck and have it be good. Now obviously face hunters are really not going to get much out of it. I don't think any face hunters are going to use it. I think mid-range hunter will probably use it, and I think that Zoo could probably use it, but other than that, it's going to be in pretty much every control deck, control-based deck, mid-range, anything like that. It's going to be in for a good reason, because it's easily the best card that is in Hearthstone right now. There's really no debating that at all, to the point where it is, I'd say it's slightly overpowered. Now I don't want to complain, because people don't like when you complain about when they add new cards, because right now I think the hunters are pretty much the scum of Hearthstone. Everyone hates when they play face hunters. I've played a lot of mid-range, and I've had the most success ranking up with mid-range, but even that isn't, I don't think, in my opinion, isn't as bad as face hunter. I mean, in mid-range you actually try and trade in your minions and maintain board control, where face hunter you're just going straight face, nothing else, which is really annoying, because if you don't draw the perfect cards to beat face hunter, you're pretty much going to lose, which is annoying. So it's nice that we have that card to sort of counter face hunter, but at the same time, at what cost? Like, it's just a ridiculously good card, and if you don't get rid of it, if your opponent plays it the first turn they play it, you're pretty much screwed. Like, there's really not much you can do. If they get everything in their hand, if they have more than like 3 cards in their hand, even if they don't, as long as their hand isn't a bunch of spare parts or something, and they get everything for 2 or 3 or 4 less, you're pretty much done. If they can play a Dr. Boom for less than, well, really anything less than 7 is already really good. As you can see here, I can play Dr. Boom here for less than that, and I don't think I end up doing that right away, although it is really nice playing Dr. Boom at a 6 mana. I don't think I do here, but yeah, having your opponent be able to play stuff for just that much cheaper is just ridiculous. It opens up for a ton of ridiculous combinations, especially in the oil rogue. That's a little bit out of hand, I think, and there are some ways they could go about balancing this if they do choose to nerf it. Even then, it will still be played in every deck, and it's still arguably probably one of the best cards in Hearthstone regardless of that. What they could do is, without changing the mechanics of the card completely, what they could do is they could just make the card's effect go off at the beginning of your turn rather than the end. What this does is it basically gives your opponent 2 turns rather than 1 to get rid of it without basically losing the game. Because if it's once you play it, it's like a battle cry, right? Like, if they get rid of it immediately, it's like a battle cry. But if they don't get rid of it their very next turn, they have 1 shot basically to get rid of it, and if they don't, they pretty much lost the game. Whereas if you make it the beginning of your turn, they have their turn, and then the next turn after that before they basically lost the game, if that makes sense. And just getting rid of Emperor Thaurissan doesn't actually mean you don't lose the game. Chances are there can still be some crazy combos that can end up screwing you over, but for the most part, I think that I think that'd be a lot more balanced. It definitely gives your opponent more time to react to it, because as it stands right now, pretty much every deck needs some sort of hard removal or really good board position, because if your opponent plays Thaurissan, or if you play it and your opponent can't get rid of it, it's pretty much the dagger. It's pretty much the end of the game there. So a lot of the times in mech mage decks, tempo mages, and shaman decks and everything like that, I'll just save my hard removal card just for Thaurissan, because I know if that comes out and I can't get rid of it, that's bad. And another thing you can do is you could just make it a battle cry. Like I said, I mean, just as a battle cry itself is still probably one of the best cards in the game, if not the best. Dr. Boom's really good, but playing Dr. Boom for 6 mana that's the only thing better than Dr. Boom, is playing Dr. Boom for 6 mana, which is absolutely insane. As you can see here, just the little boom bots just going ham on him. But yeah, so that's my opinion on the new Emperor Thaurissan card. I do enjoy playing with it though. I think it's a very good card, and I like being able to use control decks more competitively because, like I said, when I was ranking up, I got to rank 8 this past, and not rank 8 like in Legendary, just rank 8 overall, which is pretty good for me. I wasn't thinking I was gonna even make it to 10, but I made it to 8, so I was pretty proud of myself, and I really didn't have most of the Legendaries. Hopefully I'll get more this time, but you know, it really forced me to play a lot of decks that I'm not a big fan of, such as Face Hunter and Mid-Range Hunter, but now I have a lot more options. I can play Ramp Druid, Mech Mage, I can play Shaman, I can play Control Warrior, I can play a lot of different things. Maybe not Control Warrior because I don't have Gromosh and a lot of those other legendaries, but Tempo Warrior I can play, and a lot more things just with more success. So I'm really excited about that, and I do like Emperor Thaurissan because of that reason, although I do think it could be nerfed and it'd still be completely usable. You know, a lot of the times when they nerf things like Undertaker, you know, it's completely worthless after that, but in this case, I think nerfing it would still make it very usable. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and stay tuned for more Hearthstone videos. I'll see you guys later. Peace.